Can y'all hear me okay? I'm just gonna run parkour egg one time. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. Be sniffling some. I wish there was a better way to do like observe stream chat. I'm only doing it like I just have it pulled up on my phone right now. Happy holidays. Ah. Trying to look at my phone and play this at the same time. Oh damn, y'all went to the shows and shit? They're coming. Oh. Shit. This run is scuffed. Okay, wait. I low-key can't pay attention to the chat at the same time. So, I give up. The run is scuffed anyway. We're still on trackpad, yes. And I'm pressing my sprint button is C. So. I know they hate me. They're preying on my downfall. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking people here. Okay, wait. I should probably get to the thing then. I'll run this later. One more jump. Okay, whatever. $4.19, Jesus Christ. Yo, I tried to get the fucking the what is it? The like speedrunning timer setup. But I'm on a Mac. So it's PC only, so I couldn't do it. But someone's gotta like trying to think if I should just keep the time on like my phone or like if we just look at the time like after. I have a feeling the whole album's gonna take like 9 hours. How do I feel about fans who record the shows with a 3DS? I think it's fire. It's like it's like a what's rite of passage. What am I thinking? It's like I'm honored. Yo, TYGKO in the chat, let's go. Kevin Brady, let's go. Kamo, let's go. Jacob Jeffrey, let's go. Juno, let's go. Yo, it's stacked in here. The gang's all here. Okay, should we like jump into it? Okay. Let's run it then. First of all, thank you all for your love on the album. Really appreciate it. Took a long time. So thanks to all of you who listened and went to the shows as well. Does anybody have any questions about the full project, like not specific songs, before I jump into Cops and Robbers? How long did it take? I think about a year and a half, maybe. Where did you record it? I recorded most of it. I recorded like the vocals in New York. But I recorded most everything else in Wallsocket. I gotta turn off notifications. I'll see in any of that. None of that. Also, am I breathing like super heavy? I'm so sorry. Are there real drums anywhere? No. Can we download the Wallsocket font? Low key, I should make that like. I should make that public. Were there any scrap tracks or their B-sides? Yeah. But some of y'all know about those. What was the challenge for this album? The challenge for this album was trying to write all the songs like acoustically first, before going in to Ableton. But I don't know. We'll talk about locals. I feel like that's like the exception to the rule a little bit. I got a little silly. Yeah, that's 2D. Respect on his name, please. Wallsocket acoustic. Wallsocket unplugged. Okay, let's get into it. Cops and Robbers, baby. This is one of the first. I think this might be the first finished song of the project, probably. Yeah, because I think I came up with this riff in like January of 2022. And then I finished it rather quickly. I think I might have done this in like, I don't know. I don't know how long it took, but it was definitely one of the first ones I started and one of the first ones I finished. So Trying to figure out if I should go like section by section. I guess like I'm gonna try and get nerdier with this one. Like with this breakdown, I'm gonna try and talk about like music theory and shit. But essentially this, I was listening to like a lot of Jack White at this point. So like a lot of the White Stripes shit, but also his solo stuff and the Rock on Tours. But yeah, the thing, he does kind of like garage rock, but it's super like blues focused. And like the nerd shit with the blues, like with blues rock is like using different like scales, I guess. So there's like a blues scale, but there's also like a Mixolydian scale or whatever. But when I started with the guitar part, I didn't really know what key or what mode or whatever I was in, and I had to sort of figure that out later. So I think this is in like E flat major, but it's in like the Mixolydian mode or something, which means they have like that like C sharp instead of a D. And that's kind of the reason why that's the sort of the basis of kind of this like the blues sound and stuff like that is because like an original structure of a blues is like the 1, 4, and 5 chords, and those are usually all like 7th chords, like dominant 7 chords, which means it has like that sort of flat 7 on top of the chord and stuff like that. So these are just sort of new. Like I had not really made, I usually stick to just like the regular scale. So this was kind of a new challenge for me to do some other shit harmonically, I guess. But first of all, can you hear that? Is that too loud? Is it too quiet? Can you hear it at all? A bit loud. So sorry. Sheesh. Okay. What about... Still too loud? Still too loud? What that? Okay, sorry for the jump scare. I'm gonna turn it down a couple more. All right, I'm just gonna keep it here. Am I not changing the volume, really? Wait, shit. Oh, I know what the issue is. Did that fix it? Did that make it super quiet? I'm so sorry, I should have tested this beforehand. Okay, now it's way too quiet. What about that? Good, okay. I'm keeping it. All right, so I guess the first thing we can do is talk about the drums. The drummies. So I wanted to kind of mimic, I don't know, I like doing drums in like Kontakt sometimes, but I usually never do MIDI drums. But I really wanted to do, I don't know, I felt like this was a little better to like kind of get the, like to sort of see what I was like playing a bit more or whatever. So yeah, MIDI drums. But it's a sort of like custom drum rack. It's mostly fucking Travis Barker shit. I swear to God, after this though, like we're done with Travis Barker drums. Like, nothing wrong with him. I just like, I've literally run it into the ground. I have used too many Travis Barker drums. It's time to move on. Anyway. So, I think, yeah. That's that. Here's the snare. It's like, oh god, what have I done here? Oh yeah, just a heads up, like so much of the stream is gonna be me like being like, what the hell did I do? Because it's been like very long since I have like done this, and I'm, like making music is very like dissociative for me or something, where I like kind of forget what I'm doing. But this chain selector is crazy, isn't it? Like what's going on is there's like 2 snares that are in it the whole time, and then I have these Travis Barker snares that are like sort of alternating because I'm using this LFO, and I mapped it to the chain selector, so it's going like in between these 3 randomly, like there. See? So that gives it some like variation, because when you hit a snare, it's not going to sound the same. It's not going to have the same like reverberation the whole time. Also, I'm so sorry. I need to turn this fan on. I'll try and do like a low setting. Is this like too much? Can you hear it? The fan. It's pretty loud. Okay. Never mind. I'll just suffer. Okay. So, yeah. Drum time. Yeah, got the hi-hats, and then... So, the big sort of theme for the drums... Sorry. The big theme for the drums for this whole album is Redux on it. Bring back the fan. Okay, fine. I'm gonna put on the lowest setting. Oh my god, it's so fucking loud though. I'm so sorry, I'm like procrastinating a ton. Yell at me if the fan is awful. So the big sort of theme with this project, when it comes to the drums, yeah, this is the fucking low setting, I know. I'm so sorry. No, I'm gonna turn it off. Sorry, I'm tweaking. Yeah, the big sort of theme with the drums is putting Redux on the whole group. So I've got the dry wet at 30 here, but like essentially without Redux, it's like sounds a lot better, low key. But when you put this like bit, I think this is bit depth or something. If you bring the bits sort of down to like the sweet spot is like 4 or 5, it like starts cutting shit off for you. Like. Right, like that's the sweet spot right there. So when you layer the 2, it kind of sounds super, like, it gives it like a really nice crunch to it. Also mess around with like doing vocoder on the drums. You'll see this in other projects. Like, I think when we get to duh, there's gonna be vocoder on the drums. But this one's off. Yeah, saturation. And then I've just got like a utility here to cut off some of the tails of like the snares and the cymbals to really make it like super staccato or whatever. But yeah, we've just got some cymbals in there, crash, and then so we've got hi-hat for the verses, ride for the chorus. And I try to make it like a realistic drum part because I would love to play this with a band someday. Yeah, that's pretty much it for those, for like, that's sort of the main drums. Ooh, when we get to the bridge, I'm excited to get to the bridge for the drums. But I've also got these like radio sounds. And it adds some like cool crunchy texture to it. Yup. And then oh, so that's right before the chorus. And what I got going here in the whole instrumental is I have this like pitch drop Max for Live plugin. It's like if you stop if you were to stop like a vinyl or whatever, like that. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, so it's pretty much these drums for the whole first part of the song. Bunch of like yup. And then okay, so here's the bridge. Here's where it like changes, the tempo changes. Sorry, let me pull that up. So we've got like going from 170 to 140 all throughout the song, right? But yeah, I really like the drums in this part. Because the snare is like this like non-snare. Like what the hell is that? Just super like low key. Yeah, and part of what the Redux does is like makes the cymbals like fizzle out kind of, which I think is a really cool sound. And then the ride comes back in, like the drums come in normal. But here's like here's what makes it like really fire. This like more radio shit, but this is like a modem. So I've got like, essentially, this is just playing like a note that works for the, so using the transposition thing here. So then when this is on top of the drums, it sounds like really fire. Yeah, and then I turn on the like, I've used Digitalis a lot. Like this is like a brand new plugin. Like, oh, sorry, let me drag this over. So this octal dump preset is like in the error section, and I love like the sound that comes out of it. Big banger. So I just turn that on here or whatever. And then I've also got this like, it's a kind of like feedback, like when you press like an aux or whatever, and I'm having it go to like the beat. So I've like warped it here. So it's like, and it's tuned as well. Digital is gonna go out like Lossy. Yeah, that's the other thing about Lossy. Like there's a lot of Lossy on this project, of course, but like I only used it where like the time is like all the way down, so it works more like a like a what am I thinking? Like, oh sorry, the speed is all the way down, so it works more like a EQ. That was like another rule I set for myself. I didn't want it to be like too lossy, but I wanted to use the plugin still as like if I was to EQ something out, kind of. I'll get to that more though. Yeah, you know the vibes. Little bell tree. Some feedback. Love to hear it. More of the digitalis is on that. Yeah, and then, oops, sorry. I think that's it for the drums though. Yeah, you know vibes. So yeah, that's pretty much the drums. I guess we move on to the bass. Oh, the bass is like so ugly, I'm pretty sure. Ew. Yeah. So this is a lot of the bass on this project is just like my guitar pitched down an octave either in Ableton, or I have this like whammy pedal that I just have the pedal all the way up and it goes down. But like, oh, it's so nasty. I should have like done a better job EQing that. But yeah, this is OTT, like kind of carrying the whole thing. But yeah, this is like, I tuned it down. So we were up here before. Now we're down here. And then I've got a layer of just like the original pitch. That sounds pretty good here. Yeah. And then when it gets to the bridge, we just have a little like operator bass that's got a pitch envelope here, so it gives it like a attack. That's what it sounds like without it. That's what it sounds like with. So yeah, when you have a sort of pitch envelope like this and you give it this kind of attack here, like you have like this is the sort of like, this is how you get laser sounds. This is how you get sort of like attacks on drums if you're making your own drums and stuff. But yeah, OTT on that, of course. That's pretty much it for the bass, I think. And then it starts to sort of mix them when it gets to this weird like off time part. Yeah, you know the vibes. And then I guess let's go to the guitars. I need to stop saying you know the vibes. I don't know why I'm saying that. I haven't said that in so long. Now it's coming back. Filipino chain. I was talking about Jollibee. I had Jollibee yesterday. So we've got some double tracked guitars. Got this really fuzzy one, and again, this is another thing that I gotta like throw out in the future because I keep getting. Ooh, what do I order? Sorry, give me 1 second. My Jollibee order is, it's like the combo. It's the pancit palabok and the 2-piece chicken joy, and then I get a pineapple drink. And sometimes I get a mango pie, but they phased out the halo halo, which is sad. Anyway. So something that I'm gonna phase out in the future is using these like Ableton amp sims. So like these two mainly, you're gonna see me use a whole lot of it, and I used them a ton in Fishmonger and Fearmonger too. So I gotta be done with these. I gotta get like guitar rig or some shit, or just like actually like play the guitar into an amp or something. But that's what I use for the majority of for amp sims. Yeah, so that's that. And then this is the more clean one. I've got like a sort of clean amp sim on it. So this gets more of the like attack. So you can like I think when you hear this one, it all kind of blends together. Like you don't know like when I'm coming in entirely. It's kind of hard to hear. So when you layer the clean signal with this sort of like crushed one, you get to hear the rhythm of the guitar a bit more. And yeah, so this is pretty much the basis melodically of the entire song. Like, yo, it does look like Neapolitan ice cream. You're so right. Yeah, so this rhythm guitar, or whatever I called it, is very much the basis of the whole song. Then the rest is just kind of like, ooh, I forgot these. So another theme with the sort of guitar is playing like bad notes. Like a lot of the solos in here are like supposed to have bad notes in them. So to me, this kind of like going in between notes, doing like crazy vibrato and stuff, I think helped bring those sort of like jangly kind of vibe together. But yeah. Super tucked back. But yeah, that shows up. I think it shows up an octave down later. Like, oh, sorry, that's an octave up. My bad. Cool. So, oh yeah, and then the start of the song, we have these sort of like palm muted, la 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 la, and then they sort of come back in the bridge. So we've got them sort of like the rhythm guitar and then this like palm muted thing, just sort of like swapping back and forth. It's just the same thing as the intro. What tuning? This is in, it's like open D, I think. I don't know if that's open D. It's like D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, and then it's like, I've got a capo on the first fret. Or if you just tune it up to the E flat version, that'll work without having to put a capo on it. But for the live shows, I play an open D, and then I put the capo on the first fret. Yeah. So that comes back through the whole thing. Yup. And then we've got this woolly guitar. So I have this pedal, it's a woolly mammoth. It's called a woolly mammoth. And it's a fuzz pedal. The biggest sort of inspiration, like I said, is Jack White for this kind of stuff. He uses fuzz pedals a lot. He uses a lot of crazy pedals. Like there's some stuff on the new album that's like, he's got like a dubstep type pedal or whatever. It's like this crazy like EQ, like wow filter thing. But yeah, he uses fuzz a lot, and I think he might have a fuzz pedal of his own. But I got this pedal called the woolly mammoth, and the reason I love fuzz pedals for this is because it turns your guitar into like a synth. So it turns it into like a square wave almost. And I just thought that was like really cool. There's a lot of parts on the album that people are like, oh, I love this like synth part. But it's usually guitar just fed through that pedal. Yup. Yeah, so this is a guitar solo. I play this part live. But yeah. We have it soloed for that first part, and then I have it kind of like EQ'd out, so it blends a little better. And then I've got like doubles here to sort of back it up with the lead amp guitar on it. So, sorry, the lead guitar amp on it. Alright, yeah, let's get to the ugly solo. So this is also a guitar. It has, so it's the woolly mammoth pedal, and then I think I also fed it into the whammy pedal that I had, which is like this little like, it's like a press down kind of pedal where you can make it, the input sort of jump between intervals. So I might have had it like an octave or something. Also, sorry if my chair is like squeaking like crazy. So I've got one voice that's like layered, an octave down essentially, and then one that's an octave up that I've like manually shifted up. But and I think what makes it sound really good is like the post processing. So I think like without it, it probably still sounds like okay, but. Yeah, it sounds super like watery, and then when you add the OTT, it gives it like crunch. April, do you own an automaton? Yes, that's what, okay. Like people thought this was an automaton too, which I really fuck with. I used to have one. I used to have multiple. They were great. I don't know where they are. This is kind of the big giveaway here that it's a guitar, because I'm playing multiple sort of notes at the same time. And I think they sound a little more like guitar notes than something you'd play on like keys or something. Yeah, and then I have, what is the transient shape you're doing? Oh yeah, this is, so the transient shaper, like cutting off, or sorry, it's like easing in on the attack a little bit because the attack was a little too strong. This is also what's giving it the sort of swag or whatever. This is just a vibrato that I'm like modulating in and out, as well as the rate. So yeah, only in this parts though, like come on, that's so much better. Oops. But yeah, I wanted a really ugly solo. At one point, I was gonna add the Guitar Hero like booze in the back, but I'm on a big Fat Cat label right now, so I can't really do any of that. But yeah. And then I also have, during the solo, I also have these like chugs going on. I really like it, super rhythmic. I'm using the rhythmic chunks preset. Find it in the exact same place. This is all swag I got from like the artist Computer Wife. He originally put me on to this, all this. Then I have these like extra like kind of, yeah, just when it gets to that sort of like off time part, which by the way, I don't know what like time signature that's in. I don't know how to like notate that, but it helps add the sort of like attack to it. Yeah, so like got then how can I forget the banjo? Oh my god. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of banjo and harmonica that we're gonna go through that's just like utter trash. But since it's like tucked into the back, it's like not a big deal. And we have this super nice like, yeah. Yeah, plunk plunk yoinky, yoinky sploinky. Exactly. Then all together. Who's Springsteen? Oh, isn't that precious? So I definitely froze this, but this is the way I got this kind of like fluttery sound is I just used a grain delay. I cranked the spray here, and then I think I upped the pitch to an octave. So I would turn this time down to something like around here. So as the delays hit, it's going an octave up. That's just, yeah, that's how to do the super like twinkly sound that I'm doing here. But I froze it, I guess, because there's probably a lot going on. Isn't that beautiful? It's like barely audible though. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is the guitars. Oh, forgot this part. So that's the same sort of chain that I'm using for the solo. So it looks like I just took this sort of thing, copy and pasted it here, put it up an octave. So it's like offset, so it's going back and forth. But yeah, sounds pretty terrible. But when it's with the whole thing, yeah, and it's with the synth, like it all kind of comes together a little bit. Cool. Let's move on to the synths. So this is some like Alvin Risk shit, but let's see if I can like turn all this off. Just a super saw, and I've got the LFO mapped to the master tune. So it's following, the pitch of the thing is following whatever I put in the LFO thing. Right. And then I've got this shifter, this little pitch shifter. I have this widespread on it, which like essentially means that like if I have it going 41 cents this way, it's going 41 cents the other way too. It gives it this kind of like super wide kind of sound, like chorus sound. I'm also modulating this like the chorus knob. That's what it sounds like before I modulate that. But yeah, like I have it going like stuttering like this, right? With this LFO here on like the random. So it's like jittering as fuck. It's super. So it gives it this kind of like. Right? It goes like. OTT. Grain delay and the same sort of thing that I was talking about earlier where it's like an octave up. Yeah. And then some big delay so that it lasts for a long time. EQ, whatever. And I'm playing it at different notes throughout the thing too, so that, like for example, this is halfway through the chorus. I want it to be like a lower note because I want this first one to hit a little harder. Yeah, so that's that sound. Here's like the main like underscore is that sound. Well, maybe not actually, but yeah, it's just saw wave, square wave, sine wave, they're all just being modulated into each other, like with this little thing right here. Or sorry, not modulated. They're just being like FM'd into each other. I have a reverb with the decay and size all the way down, so it sounds like it's in a box. Fucking ugly saturator, turn all the way up. Like literally disgusting, horrible. And then I've got this chiptune filter preset, which you'll find in the Redux. So like, sounds really good. Chiptune filter all over the album. What's in this digitalis? Desperate tremolo. Yeah, that sounds pretty fire. Just a horrible sound, but yeah, altogether pretty good. What is this? Okay, so this is like, I used this sort of like downfall thing all over the album, but basically what I'm doing is I'm taking MIDI, like sort of random MIDI with random intervals. I think, where do you catch it repeating? Like, you catch it repeating right here, right? So like, it's like just this, copy and paste it a trillion times. And I'm taking the transpose knob here, sort of dragging it up and then down. So like, and this is just a sine wave. So, right, sounds like broken computer vibe. That was another huge theme. I wanted it to kind of sound like broken machines, like machines that have like, were once in their prime and then now are just kind of like busted. So this kind of sound like, I didn't have a preset for this, so I remade it in different ways all over the album that you'll see. But what are the other sounds? Oh yeah, so this is for the like, so this little like, so that's just the, oh, frontliner kick, we love you. Right, little vinyl distortion, so it like pops on the sides. This is a disco string, like way up, with this texture knob, so it sounds really like gross. Got a sneeze, of course, and here's the like, yes. Love that. But that's what it's like before. And made it mono. So this is doing all the work. This little vibrato thing, but it hits for like a second. This is the only time it comes in the song. But yeah, the same sneeze from 70% probably. Like, I don't get new samples very often. I hate to say it. Well, that's the instrumental done. Sorry for the sniffling. Let's go to the vocals. When I didn't have enough to pay for the crystal. So my general, first of all, in Fishmonger and Fearmonger, I used Isotope Nectar, and I got kind of sick of the artifacts that it was giving me. Also, I was using Nectar 2, and we're on Nectar 3, so it was like really hard to, I got a new computer, it was like hard to port that over because I couldn't find the crack I was using. So I moved over to Waves Tune. Love to see it. And I also have, sorry, give me a second. Yeah, I also have a manipulator by Infected Mushroom, but all it's doing is changing the format. So I'm very much like in an in-between moment right now, with my voice, where I'm trying to like get it somewhere, and I don't think it's like fully where I want it to be yet. So I, as sort of like a safeguard, I most of my vocals, I think almost all of my vocals over the whole album are formatted up like 1 or whatever, or something like that. I think it helps get to the place I wanted a bit more. So this is sort of the 1-2 punch right here. You're gonna see this on pretty much every track, every vocal track. And then I've got this vocal control preset, which is in the multi-band dynamics, speech enhancer, which is more compression, and then a softy. This is like break-in swag. When I didn't have enough. And then as you can hear, there's like a bunch of like distortion and shit on it. Like, I've been working as a bank teller for like 11 years. Like, that's normal, right? And then we've got a pedal. Working as a bank teller. A redux with the same sort of like bit depth thing. Working as a bank. Which basically just adds white noise on top of the thing. Working as a bank teller. And then I've got this delay here. That's feedback all the way down. And it's at like 80 milliseconds. And what that does is it's what you might, what some may call a slapback delay. Working as a bank teller for like 11 years. You'll hear it on a lot of like Elvis songs and stuff, where it just makes it sound like it's like in the room, or in a room, sorry. Yeah, and then I've got this like delay throw thing that I'm having come in and out. In years, it all stopped. Yeah. I also have this like fade in thing. Right? And that like, and with the redux it sounds all like but all this is I'm taking this like auto pan at a rate of 1/16, and I'm just having it go in between left and right, and then I've got like a auto pan that's just doing that really slowly, right? And that helps like announce the vocal. And like what this is I essentially like took the first vowel here, I pasted it into a new track, and then I added a reverb, and then I froze that and then reversed it. This is something that like, I think when I was like 14 or something, I must have learned from like Martin Garrix breaking down animals or something, because I think he was mentioning that, and it was like a huge revelation. But yeah, that helps like announce the vocals coming in a bit. So these are the verse vocals. I think the auto tune is like the no trend. Yeah, okay, it's kind of tight, but yeah. I've got a cash drawer and a keyboard. Right, and then here's the chorus vocals. What's the last time you saw? What's the last time? So this is the same, yeah, same pedal on it. There's no redux on this one, but someone with a ski mask and a gun. And I've recorded like the 2 different parts on separate tracks, so it feels a little better, like even if the breathing is a little off. And a gun, get on the inside. Right, like it doesn't sound super natural, but I think in the context of the song, it's like whatever. And then I also have this little harmony. Yay. What's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? The thing you'll realize with like with these harmonies is, like over the whole album, is that they're like they sound pretty bad on their own. But it doesn't matter, because when the lead vocal is playing on top of it, you hardly hear it. Like the super like the idiosyncrasies of the harmonies, because it's like you're focused on the lead, so you just all you need is this sort of harmonic content, like if you get the notes right. So there's gonna be a lot of bad harmony takes that we're gonna go through, but that's. What's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun? Oh, this one's crazy. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like. I don't know what chord that is. Like. You gotta do it, gotta do it. It's really silly.
You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me. You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like.
I'm not even using those.
You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me.
Yeah. And these are like.
You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me.
I'm pretty sure it's like totally dissonant. Like I don't think that like fits with the whatever. But yeah, that's in the back because I'm not like I kind of like.
You gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it like me.
There's not really notes there. It's kind of just one note, so I wanted to add something to like help it feel as big because I'm not harmonizing it. So that's that. Pretty much the same thing for both the second verse and the second chorus. Now we get to the like bridge.
It's a long gone. When you catch me, I'll be long gone.
Real life saving Haas effect. So this is like I've got like the main guy here.
It's a long gone.
I've got this one in the back.
It's a long gone. It's a long gone. When you catch me, I'll be long gone.
And then here's my favorite like vocal part of the song. It's so long.
Long. When you catch me, I'll be long gone.
Again, I don't know what this like chord is. I just kind of like did it.
Long run.
But I think it sounds like it sounds like a train almost. Like
Long.
and it sounds so good like when it comes in when it comes in with the main vocal.
Long. When you catch me.
Yeah, let's try and like
when you catch me, I'll be long gone.
yeah. Yeah.
When you
Oh, and I also have a version of the like main vocal where I'm like kind of belting it a bit more.
long. When you catch me, I'll be long gone.
So when it's layered, it sounds a little bigger than the first part.
Down into the case goes cold.
Yeah. Then I do this thing where it goes like case goes cold. So there's like 3 different things saying case goes cold at different points. So
Case goes cold.
so that's one. The other one is
Case goes cold.
right like
Case goes cold.
so. We got like
To the case goes cold.
right case goes cold. And it's like just 2 different ways of saying it. So
Case goes.
this is like belting at the top of my fucking lungs.
Case goes cold.
Sounds kind of bad. But yeah, we've got it panning in the right, in the left, in the center. And I turn on this like delay here for the cold. And I turn the dry wet up so it really like fades in the back. So that's going on, and then we've got these like chants.
Case goes cold.
Let me turn off this, but like
Case goes cold.
there's just like 5 different versions of that. And then this auto pan is doing the like
Case goes cold.
right? It's like a super high rate, and I'm like modulating it, go up and then down just for that cold part. Classic. Yeah, so then all together.
Into the case goes cold.
Yeah.
Do it, gotta do it.
Yeah, that's just like more crowd vibe.
Gotta do it live. You gotta do it like me.
And I take all the vocals off for that last me.
Do it like me.
I also have some like different samples of some people saying me coming in. So like
Me. Bounce like me.
what's the other one?
Me. Excuse me. Me.
Me. Yeah.
Gotta do it like me. What's the...
And then, yeah, does anyone have any questions about like the songwriting or any production things I didn't cover before we move on? Let me know. Sorry for the sniffling. Who did the tag? I did the tag. And I used that chiptune filter Redux preset as well. It took 40 minutes, Jesus Christ. Would you put on the master chain? Okay, so I didn't master this. Heba Kadri mastered it. He fucking killed it. Sounds really good. So I just mixed it, but I didn't master this one. What does the vocal control preset do? It's like it's multi-band dynamic. So what it does is it's like compresses. If you were to take an EQ, like, and split it into sort of 3 parts, and then compress them at different sort of rates, or that's sort of what it's doing here. So it's taking like everything from this point up and everything from this point down, and it's like it's just processing them differently. And so vocal control is just like a preset that's within Ableton. Where'd you record the vocals on? Are you still using an iPhone mic? No, I went to I went to the stew for this. The only song that has iPhone vocals is Duh. What headphones do I use? Yo, I used the fucking AirPods Max for this album. The harmonies have pitch correction too, yes. What controller was I using in the show? I was using a Push 3. Chromaticism dissonance is something you intentionally want to have a lot of on this album? Yes, yeah. I think I wanted to play a lot of like weird wrong notes, and I wanted to get sort of harmonically, like I think I'd get into ruts really easily, especially with like if I'm playing keyboard or piano or something, I tend to go with the exact same like chords all the time. So I wanted to try and write them on guitar, which helped me, like the way sort of guitar is laid out, it lends itself to doing chromatic stuff like a lot easier. So a lot of the songs ended up being just sort of like these weird chord progressions that I am not used to, which put me out of my comfort zone, which means I could kind of do some more sounds that I had never done before. Why is this the opening song? I think just in terms of like the story, this is like, I kind of see this as like a prologue. I think even Locals, which we're about to get into, like Locals feels like the sort of like welcome to the world of Wallsocket type shit, like welcome to the world of Plastic Beach vibe. But I think this, like, the robbery happens first and then the townspeople react to it. So yeah, I know the BPM changes. Was that difficult to work with? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think I like, there's a lot of listen to a lot of like prog rock going up, and there's some Jack White songs where he like does this kind of modulation as well. But yeah, I think it just helped add variety to the song. Yeah. Let's do Locals. Don't save, get out of here. So I have some like older versions that I think I want to show. Because this song is just, it ended up in a like the final version is so weird, like structurally. So I think yeah, I'm just gonna show you like what the original songs kind of sounded like. I'm only gonna show a bit probably. But I'm so sorry for sniffling.
Machinery, catharsis, technology, tag, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, good luck, arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, good luck, arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, good luck.
I've done the questionnaire like 700 times to get the same results, not friendly. We've been inseparable since 2009. She just doesn't know about it yet.
Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look. Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look. Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look. Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look.
I've done the question.
Yeah, I wanted it to feel like super. This feels like very like designer vibes to me. Like feels super like high, like runway music or something. So that was January. And I think I did a different version like the next day. The differences here. Oh yeah, I added like a breakbeat kind of drum pattern.
Sinew, look. Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look. Arms, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look.
I've done the questionnaire like 700 times to get the same results, not friendly. We've been inseparable since 2009.
And yeah, these drums show up in the final version, just like in the second half of the song. Yeah, and then 4 days later, I just, I was in art studio, Gabby, and then we just sort of worked on we had sort of made it into a full song.
Body and bone, sinew, look.
With these drums.
Body, legs, flesh, skin, body, legs, flesh, skin, bone, sinew, look.
God rest.
Body, body,
It's me, so my feet find their way to the ground. Touch me, chew me up and spin me down. Everyone's a critic, everything is business. I'm running out of ideas. We're wrapping back around. We all should talk it out, 'cause there's no community here.
And now we're back to normal. So yeah, some of y'all know that verse is in the vinyl version. Yeah. And then basically the whole song kind of came to its normal like 4 on the floor thing. Because I did like a VIP. So this song is like the VIP of what Locals was or something.
I've done the questionnaire.
But yeah, those are the sort of older versions. Let's start going through Locals. So I have in a lot of my project files for this, especially in the next 3 songs, you're gonna see something that says like beatbox or something like that, or it will be like atmosphere. This is just like vocals that I believe to be a part of the beat, and I separate them sort of from the sung vocals. But I always, from the start, I had like a list of words that I felt like helped build the world, or helped show what the world was supposed to be. And also just sort of words from a song that I didn't end up using. That was more of like it was a very kind of dramatic, like Welcome to the World vibe. And those words just sort of made it into the intro.
Golden arches, early supermarket, picket fence.
I've got like 5 tracks here. They're all panned differently. So basically, I just like took my phone, said all the words, and then chopped them up and put them in these different tracks that are panned differently, so that it shows up, so that they overlap.
Technology, tag, transcendence, try hard, high strung, neurotic, blue cross, golden arches, pearly supermarket, picket fence.
Yeah, and then that sort of runs throughout the song, as y'all know. And And then if we talk about the drums here, so the original drums are these, right? They show up in the end. But for the sort of VIP thing, like I was essentially remixing the song, it's like these 4 on the floor ones. And these are all Mr. Oizo samples, or Mr. Wazo, sorry, fun French people. But yeah, the primary inspiration for this song was Mr. Oizo, especially the album All Wet, which I think came out in like 2016 or something. But the sort of French house vibe. Yo, Automod said held for racism, swipe to allow or deny. Someone said we hate the French for real. I'm gonna allow that. Fine. There you go. Yeah, the Ed Banger stuff, super inspirational, French house type vibe. So Mr. Oizo put out this like splice pack and basically like downloaded the whole thing, and that's a lot of the sounds in here are Mr. Oizo sounds. So yeah, little kick. Also, another sort of drum sauce that I use for this is I put the like YouTube to MP3 preset on 50% from Digitalis, and what it does is it gives like a kind of like to the sound that, like, if you ever preview samples on Splice before getting them, you're gonna get like low quality and it's gonna sound like I really like that sound and I was trying to like recreate it. So the difference between that, it's like it has an attack before it or whatever. But yeah, so kick, clap, and we got this big like just on every other clap. We also have this like I just took that part. I have a little like drum fill. Did it. So it's like super pitched up. And yeah. And we've also got this like Noisia open hat. I've got it kind of fading in here, so it's like almost like it's sidechained to the kick. And that comes in the choruses. Do I add another snare? Yeah, so. But yeah, mostly Mr. Oizo sounds. Yep, there's the damn sound again. Same method. And yeah, eventually, I think is my lossy gonna work? Yeah. So I'm using it as like a EQ almost. So this is like, I'm taking the loss amount and dragging it up. But with like the speed is all the way down. I'm gonna drag this shit in. So like, the speed all the way down. So it works almost like an EQ as opposed to like, where it sounds like lossy. Yeah. And then this one's fading in at the same time. Yup. Oh wait, is it? Wait, which Evelyn are you talking about? Sorry, I'm like out of the loop. Was Evelyn the person at Bristol? Hope they're okay. Does anyone know if they're like... Oh, Evelyn's sick right now. Oh, shout out Evelyn. Damn, feel better soon. Is Evelyn the person that got injured? Regardless though. Shout out Evelyn. Get better soon. She's the one who got injured during Spoiler Brat. Yeah, I felt so bad about that. I feel really horrible. I hope she's... Or, yeah, I don't know. I hope their leg's doing okay. That was a really scary moment. She didn't get injured, but she's a huge fan. Oh, okay, fuck yeah. Shout out Evelyn. Shout out the person who got injured. I wasn't able to catch their name as well. But yeah. Hope both of them are doing well. I have these little riser things here. This is like a chopped up virtual riot. I've got it reverse, coming back down. This is a barely alive one. I've got this like same thing here. I've got the little awe. Of course. Got a little reverse thing here. Use that breath all the time. And then this is like the main like... Is this original sound? I've got the... Yeah, definitely transposing it up. Sorry, I'm like super out of it right now. And then this is all on like a utility. So this is essentially sidechain to the thing, but also it's like kind of cutting off. So it's like a wave in and out. Yeah. Where's my... I need glasses. So that's a little riser for the drop. Yeah. I think that's probably the drums done. I guess we... Oh yeah, sorry. Let's go into the breakbeat real quick. Yeah, I think so I'm just sort of layering a couple snares here. I've got the nice little kick. Same thing with the digitalis. That's like got 50% of the YouTube to MP3, so you get that like sound. This is the main sort of groove of it. Is this like noise loop, hi-hat loop, but I've got a vocoder on it with the formant down, so it sounds kind of like it's like adds a little bit of like crunch to it, but also kind of makes it a little less sort of highs heavy. Yeah. And then I've got this like little Umu sound on that big hit, and then I've essentially for the it'll wrap back around, I like took this kick, right? And then I like did some stupid EQ shit where like it's like way up, and then like the sort of lows are way up, and then I've cut off all the high end. Very like felt very like Sophie to me, like sort of like the Sophie A.G. Cook Moteur action thing, more French shit. So layered, it's like yeah. Got a little bit of a riser thing. Just before the chorus comes back in. Oh, I forgot this like little like yeah. So this is like, I think I was grabbing the guitar for rubber. Yeah, I think I wanted like a kind of I either wanted like a rubber sound or something to represent sinew. Right? So I started like scraping my guitar string and I just recorded a ton of it. And it's got like hella OTT on it, reduce ambience. So this is just a part I chopped out of it. Yup, got my bottom. And then I think that's probably good for that. I don't think there's anything else in the drums. I'm at a snail's pace right now. Okay, so this project feels a little weird. It's not as organized as the other ones because I have like a sidechain group because I didn't want to like go into the individual groups, and like I also don't use sends. I hate sends. So I have like a separate sidechain group that's got like a bunch of different shit on it. Sorry, a bunch of different sounds in it that I just wanted to be sidechained. So that's the only thing that like unites the group, is that they're all going through this like fake sidechain thing. But yeah, let's do this like main bass sound. So you got this like, I really like this attack, but the sound kind of pitches up, so I just took the attack from it. And then we've got more Mr. Oizo. These are just Mr. Oizo sounds. And I've got this like auto filter that's either like it's doing this sort of like muted thing, right? Or throw this pair in EST on in Discord. I hope they're good. Please pass on a get well soon. Or if hopefully after the show they were able to hopefully they were good soon after the show, but if they're not, please let me know. But I'm doing little like automation here for the and then this is just the high layer, so this is the harmony for it. I've taken just like a 808, like a very siny 808, and then I've pitched it up, and then used the tones knob, so it gives it this like kind of, it kind of sounds like sinewy, that's like, and when you layer it, yeah. And then I think I build it up a little more for the chorus. This is just underneath, so it's literally just a sine wave fed into another sine wave, a little bit of spread on it, and it's distorted, put through OTT, distorted again after the EQ. Yeah, and then I also add some guitars in this part too, so. And this is all the guitars are like going through this little tape stop thing from Kilohertz, I think. Like without it, it's just, like just plain. Oh, hi Umru. On the bus to Seattle. Have fun. Yeah, I feel like this gives a really cool texture. That's the first chorus, and then like in the second verse you get this same like fuzzed out. I used the woolly mammoth pedal for this again. Got a super strong gate on it, and I'm auto tuning it. Like I'm auto tuning the guitar. Pretty heavily, distorting it, putting a redux on it, OTT. And I also really like this kind of like, I took the original sound, right? And then I like put an octave up and put this like complex pro with deformance all the way up, and it kind of sounds like really gross. It's like a chicken or something dying. Yup. Yeah, and then we've got some more layers, so this is like super Cornelius vibes to me. I'm using the whammy pedal for this, so essentially I'm having it like, I'm playing one note on my guitar, and then I'm stepping on this whammy pedal that's going like an octave up. Super Cornelius, we know that. Yup. And then after the come on and touch me, like this is like a slide guitar essentially, where I took like a glass bottle, and I just moved it along the sort of bottom two strings, so they play this like a slidey thing, and then I chopped it up. Got this EQ, like telephone kind of EQ on it before the sort of big vocals come in. Yeah, you know, vibes. And then rocking. Well, actually, wait. Let's see. Let's look at this lead first. Well, it says lead, but this is definitely a bass. Sorry, I'm like super unorganized right now. This is like, it's just a sine wave with nothing. It's just a sine wave and some saturator. But I think there's like there's a cool thing with Serum where it gives you this kind of like super nice kind of Skrillexy high end when you OTT it. Is what's going on here. Yup. This is a sine wave, then do another sine wave, and I've got this like super short, or not short, I've got like a super low vibrato on here, so it's the difference between like and. Right? Saturated, and then this chiptune filter is doing all the work, so like a little harsh, Nice, very nice, very nice. And then the thing that's really cool is when you layer this bass, which is definitely louder, with the harmony. It sounds different from just like it's distorting these other notes. Right? Yup. This is another thing I do a lot where I'll take in the same MIDI channel, I'll play multiple notes when it comes to like the bass patch. So I turn these off. Right? And then when I add this on top, it distorts the notes together. Yeah. And then little super saw, just doing the same thing. And I'm saturating that whole thing, OTTing the whole thing. Yup. And then I've got these like, towards the second half of the chorus, you get these super like 1975 disco strings that are playing on every beat. And then I added, this was like one of the last things I added, these like extra guitars during the second half of the chorus. So it's just... Right? But then this is the one that's like... It's really cool because like... And I think it's like because I was playing multiple notes at the same time. And then... I think maybe the manipulator's doing... No, that's just stereoing. But this is like... Yeah, like I think this part really helped bring everything together, even though it's hard to hear, like this. Well, that sounds horrible, because this is like the unmastered version, and it's like clipping as fuck, but yeah, sorry about that. But like this, like... Yeah, that part's fun. I think that was also done by like easing off of the whammy pedal with my foot while I was playing the like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. So that's like, I think this like everything that's being sidechained at the same time. And then by the end of the song, we take the sidechain off, so I don't need the rest of the folder anymore. Until, I guess I bring the disco strings back in. But yeah. Ridiculous. I forget if this was me or Gabby. It was probably Gabby, but I was looking for like a sort of nicer bass sound for the second half. This had to have been Gabby because I have no idea what's going on here, but... And I have this like deep note playing on the one so that it hits. It's just for that one, but yeah. And I've got it layered between this like 303 type bass. I've got a lower version that's just like a sine wave with the spread all the way up, so it gives like a super like, but yeah. I also have a super saw come in later. There's a little layer underneath. And then when the key changes at the end, got this really low like C with the 808, just round it out. So those are the bases for the second part of the song. Oh yeah. I don't put like pedal steel in it. I don't have any like I'm not a I don't know how to play pedal steel or lap steel. I used a lot of samples for all of those sounds. But hopefully in the future I can use some like real pedal steel, lap steel. But yeah, threw those in there just for like the everyone's a critic part. What else we got in here? Yeah, these I like these guitars. Yeah, so what do I have on here? I have an electric piano amp on it, just on the clean like DI signal. And a super tight gate, so it helps have that like make sure the rhythm is clear. So that's the telephone part. I turn that EQ off, and then I have this sort of part like that thing where I'm like kind of using Digitalis, what is it, the 2 bars of 3G preset, so it like kind of bit crushes it a bit. Right. And then the last part is just this guitar thing I played. Single tracked. Yeah. Oh, this didn't even make the song.
Baby, I'm delusional.
I had a ton more like pretty stuff in this part, and then I just kind of cut it because I thought I watched this video of Rosalia breaking down like the production for Motomami, and it was super like she was essentially like we had all these songs that were like super out there, not out there, like super like dense, like there was a lot of production in it, and then we like went in and stripped everything back just to what was like necessary. So I took down a lot of this like pretty shit, but I do think it sounds kind of good. Like there's some tracks, yeah, like I had a whole harmonica part at the end. I'll go through that in a second.
Come on and touch me.
This is from a 0G data files, which is like a super legendary old pack, I think. Like one of the first major like sample packs that was sort of spread around. There's a lot of like iconic sounds in there, like the 800 decibel cloud, like dun, 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 like that's in there. And I guess I just figured that like if 100 gecs in like U2 didn't have to like used it, then I could just like use something from the pack. So
Come on and touch me.
so it's 2 samples. It's
Come
like,
on and touch me.
and then it's just like what's this original? Excuse me.
Come on and touch
There you go.
me.
Oops. Wait, that's kind of fire. What's that?
Yeah. Come on and touch me. Yeah.
Yoing yoing.
Oh!
Yeah. So then together,
Come on and touch me.
and then that shows up a couple more times. And then this like, I have this going through the back, which is like a sample of the. So this is the vinyl verse. I just took the like reverb of that and then just sampled it in the back. So like the vinyl verse has still like DNA in the actual song, but
He wiggles when he walks.
2 Mixolydian songs in a row, exactly. Cool. I guess we'll talk about the pretties. More disco strings. Gabby definitely picked this sound. The song is so good. Yeah. Really good. And I used to have all these like harmonica like.
It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. Baby, I'm delusional. Baby, it's the talk of the.
I just didn't think we needed it, so I took it out. And then this is super inspired by like Rush. I think the guitarist does this sometimes, where he'll like play the notes, but with his other hand he'll like fade the, or maybe not with his other hand, maybe it's with like a pedal or like a volume pedal, will like fade the notes in and out. Fun fact, my dad actually made music before I was born, and then when I was like 7 he split off and did like a Rush prog rock type thing. So this is low-key a reference to that, because this was like his CD would be in the car, and they did this on one of the songs. Yeah, La Via Strangia. Yeah, exactly. This is like, shout out my dad. I'll show you my dad's music one day. It's really good. He got pretty far. Alright, let's hit the vocals.
Get the same results as my friend. Done the questionnaire like 700 times to get the same results as my
So no auto-tune on these, but these are just got the vocal control preset.
questionnaire like 700 times. Questionnaire like 700 times.
So I've got like, it's triple tracked. Would you ever collab with your dad? Yes, but that's got to be like album like 5. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people don't collab with their like parents or kids until like later on. But someday.
Questionnaire like 700 times to get the same results as my friend.
So triple tracked.
Questionnaire like 700.
And I'm modulating these like different delays to come in. So I have this like one that's on every 3 beats. Friend, right? And then I've got this super fast one that's at like 40 milliseconds. It's like you're throwing something like.
We've been inseparable since 2009. She just doesn't know about it yet.
And then I have this really tight one when I say, "May God rest your soul."
Her soul.
Right, and it's I'm modulating or I'm automating the time to go down as it's happening. This is super inspired by "Things You Do to Me" by Eric DOA and Breakins. And there's like a part, like the very last word of Breakins' verse has this sort of super tight delay effect on it. Yeah, so that was inspired by that. Those are the verse vocals and that's it. Actually, no, that's not it.
I've done the questionnaire like never in my life, but I've got a 10-foot pole.
I feel like the fucking Beach Boys, bro.
I've done the questionnaire like never in my life, but I've got a 10-foot pole.
So that's like,
I've done the question.
well, let me solo the individual.
I've done the questionnaire like never in my life, but I've got a 10-foot pole.
It's literally like barbershop quartet vibe.
I've done the questionnaire like never in my life.
But then underneath, it's like,
I've
Oops.
I've done the questionnaire like never in my life, but I've got a 10-foot pole. And if I could, I'd poke her with it right between the eyes. May God rest her soul.
And it only happens for that verse, and that's it. Go to the Can You Feel Yours? Or Can You Feel It? I don't really know what's what anymore. I'd say Can You Feel It live, because it fits a little better. But the lyrics technically are Can You Feel Your? Because then it's Can You Feel Your Arms, Body, Legs, Fast Skin, Bones in You. But Can You Feel It also works. What is it like without all the effects?
Can you feel your?
So super like auto-tuned.
Can you feel your?
And I have it like sweeping up probably. Yeah. So it's like got this like ugh.
Can you feel your? Can you feel your?
Yeah. Got a manipulator.
Can you feel your?
That's just moving the formant up a little bit. This vocoder is doing most of the work. On modulator, I've got the formant down really low, which is why it sounds like that. Like I think if it was normal, doesn't really sound that different. OTT, chiptune filter. Yeah. And I just EQ'd out a yucky frequency. And then I really made sure to like cut the shit off. Because I think, no, I'm not using DC offset, whatever. Yeah. And then later on, I do like a little belted version that has delay on it on the. And what I'm doing with the delay is I have it go like every quarter note or whatever, but I'm then distorting what's coming out of the delay with this overdrive. So I have the whole group sort of coming in like. So that's distorting. This tape stop doing. Yeah, I guess the tape stop is it. Can you feel your? And it's going like super fast. What else we got? A little hybrid reverb to give it a little bit of space. And I've got this like delay that's making it sound like all metallic. Right? Makes it sound a little bigger. And together, it's like. On the webcam, I look so white. Alright, let's move on to the little shout part.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
This is like Tina Belcher vibe.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
So I chopped it up as fuck.
Me just like us are rotten to the core.
Let's go!
Ow!
Me if you
So
heard.
I've got this little telephone thing, EQ. OTT on it, just a little bit. Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
This might be me and Gabby, or it might just be me, I'm not sure. I might just sound a little like Gabby during this part.
The core.
Let's go! Stop!
So, oh my god, the layers are all over the damn place here. But we've got 3 things going, and then we have 4 things going on. But here's,
Stop me if you heard this one before.
they're all like, super like falsetto, kind of airy, Ellie Goulding vibe. Got the belting ones.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
And that's what you hear mainly. But these are all like super layered. So this is like 6 tracks. This is 4 tracks. This is 6 tracks. And I've got the shouts that are just atonal.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Girls,
Right? So then all together.
stop me if you heard this one before.
And in the quiet ones,
Stop me if
I have it an octave down as well. Oh, no, maybe that's these. Excuse me.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
Yeah, it's these up top.
Stop me if.
So that helps like ground the melody.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Girls like us are right to the core. Stop me if.
And I have some harmonies on top of that.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
So that's just me singing the same note and then just pitching it around because I think that sounds cool. It's like very like Britney vibe.
One before. Girls like us are right to the core. Stop me if. One before. Girls like us are right to the core. Stop me if you heard this one before. Stop me if you heard this.
And then this is like a cool tactic. But if you take an instance of auto-tune and then you map it so that there's only one possible note or two possible notes that you can play. So like here it's a E and a G sharp. Then whatever you're saying is gonna have to be forced to like fit in there. But if it's all the way up, so like.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Girls like us are right into the core. Stop me if you.
It's like the Caroline Polachek song, I Believe. Like it's got that like in the back going on the whole time, and then there's one that glitches out and goes like oh. That's like what happens when autotune like doesn't fully work, but I think it sounds really good.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Girls like us are.
And then we have the real like Britney shit, which is like the like I call it like the gay voice. Usually it's like they get some like gay guys to do like the super low voice, like in like Monster by like Lady Gaga or something. But these are super like squishy and like a lot of gay music, a lot of gay vibe.
Like us are right into the core.
What I think this is like, am I pitching it down? Yeah, I'm pitching it down an octave. And OTTing the shit out of it. Yeah, and then I'm dragging this pitch knob down. So you get like cool. Yeah. So.
Like us are right into the core. Stop me if you heard this one before.
Yeah, those are just the harmonies, and then all together it's like.
Girls like us are right into the core. Stop me if you heard this one before.
Yeah, it's giving you want a piece of me. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly the vibe. There's a unreleased That Kid song that I produced where they did their vocals very much like that. I don't know if it's ever coming out, but it was really good. I was very inspired by that decision for that, but yeah. It's an old song though, so I don't think it's coming out, but we'll see.
Everyone's a critic.
And as some of you know, this is like the original like right, so that's the vinyl verse, and then I just cut out the everyone's a critic, everything is business lines. And this is there's no community here.
There's no community here.
From the vinyl verse. This is the same reverb trick that I did with Gabby.
Man, he wiggles when he walks, and he
Super simple for Gabby's stuff. It's just like the one track and an ad-lib track.
body yo.
Yeah,
And that's like telephoned.
yeah.
And then I've got a super tight gate again, like the break-ins gate on Gabby's shit.
Yeah, the horse I like is whack. She can't.
Actually, it's not that crazy here. I think I like had turned it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the horse I like is whack. She can't run very fast. Started laughing at the locals.
Yep, super low Gabby.
Boys are talking science. I started laughing at the locals.
But then we also have
I started laughing at the locals.
Really fun.
Boys are talking science. I started laughing at the locals. Fast, but she's always had my back. I bet my bottom dollar and I bet my britches off. Can you get me back on track? I started laughing at the locals.
That's the Gabby verse, and the Gabby end, right? Gabby end, like.
Baby, I'm delusional. Baby, it's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. Baby, I'm delusional. Baby, it's the talk of the town. It's the talk. Baby, I'm impractical is crucial.
Oh, and I think I had these like, I added these like extra vocal harmonies toward the end, and I just took them out.
It's the talk of the town. It's the talk. Baby, I'm delusional. Impractical is crucial. It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. Baby, I'm delusional.
That sounds kind of nice. Let me turn the delay off.
It's the talk of the town. It's the talk. Baby, I'm delusional. Impractical is crucial. It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. Baby, I'm delusional. Impractical is crucial. It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town.
Yeah, I like the way they sound. I think it's just like I didn't need it, so I took it out. I think it's better that it's kind of super simple toward the end. It doesn't have all the extra shit.
It's the talk of the town. It's the talk. Baby, I'm delusional.
Yeah, I think that's it for the song. I guess there's these. So we've got another little super metallic delay. Doesn't make the craziest difference. This is just me saying it 20 trillion times. I think we're pitched up like, yeah, one semitone. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone have any questions? How long is it? I spent 2 hours. Oh no. We have 2 more songs to go through. Well, You Don't Even Know Who I Am is gonna be easy. Is the vinyl version just an earlier version then? Yeah, pretty much. Thank God I didn't do this all in one stream for real. It would have been horrible. I'm like so tired already. I'm just gonna move on. Does cops and robbers come from I Smell Dog Shit? No. Ha ha ha. No. Let's fix this white balance shit. Let's make it yellow. Yeah. No more blue. Duh time. It's duh time, everybody. Yay. Duh time. Let me get a duh time in chat. Duh time. Duh time. Yeah.
Duh.
So this is, I forget where I like revealed this, but this is just me, Henhouse, and Iodeji.
Duh.
That's me.
Duh.
That's Henhouse.
Duh.
That's Iodeji.
Duh.
Duh.
Oh wait, I should probably talk about the song first, because there's been so much fucking speculation as to like what the song's about and what the disease is and shit, and if it's like a trans narrative. The original, like, I wrote this song originally because I was like, I like contracted some like rare condition or whatever, but it was like nothing. It wasn't a big deal. This is like the song is basically just written from my perspective, and I tried to fit it into the story, but I like didn't tie up all the loose ends. So, yeah, if you're not a parasocial, if you're not a parasocial freak, you won't look into what that condition is, and you'll be normal. But I think the trans narrative is cool. Like I like the interpretation of that, and just sort of being like, well, it's so obvious, like duh, like that's why I'm this way, whatever. Like I think that is a perfectly fine way to interpret the song. But no, this is like I wrote the song as a means of like I wrote the song with the intention of it being like about illness and God. But people can feel free to interpret it however you want. If it does something for you, I think that's important, that art can have multiple interpretations. But yeah, let's go through the song. This might be like one of my favorites, I think, off the album. I think all of my favorites are the ones that people probably don't like as much, because they're too slow, or like they're just kind of, they're not as like immediately satisfying, or like they're quote unquote boring. So yeah, I'm excited to go through this one. As I said, this is me, Henhouse, and Ayodeji. Ayodeji does all the visuals with me. We just did like an article for Dazed and Lorem on Spotify, where you just talk about our collaborations and stuff. But yeah, shout out Henhouse, shout out Ayodeji. They're the best. Some of my best friends. But yeah. So that's going on. And in the back the whole time we have this sort of like stuff. If some of y'all remember, like, if any of you guys are there for the like avian botulism shit, this is very like, this is the same kind of tom work that I was using to make that teaser. I've also got these like phone noises. I think they sound like hospital. Sounds like the hospital. Like all of this percussion kind of sounds like the hospital to me, which is what I was kind of going for. This like, that's a script sound, like script from Six Impala. We've got the little like camera light. Virtual Riot uses that a lot, so that was part of it. Also, the other thing that adds to the hospital vibe a lot is I have this like, this is sort of the main thing.
Duh.
Like this like, this I think is me putting Lossy on something like 10 times. And sometimes you get these artifacts with Lossy that are like in the back of your head almost. And when I was mixing it, I was like, what the fuck is that sound? It's really bothering me. But then I kept it in because I was like, it's really bothering me or whatever. And I wanted it to feel very like uncomfortable. So this is going on throughout like the whole first part. Really kind of creepy sound. What is this? So this didn't end up making the cut. So I'm just gonna ignore that, but pretty crazy. Yeah, the Oh god, it's so unorganized. Yeah, and then we've got these little explosions kind of like in between the choruses. Some of y'all may know what these sounds are from. I'm not gonna reveal it though, because I'm a little worried about someone coming for me about it. Got these little cell phone noises. This is the same kind of like the super saw which has like a LFO mapped to the tuning, so it's going like up and down. It's very Alvin Risk, very Skrillex. And these are just like super in the back. I have Lossy, I think, to help put it back there. This is like a baby, I think, from Free Sound. I just chopped up. Chopped up a baby. My bad. Didn't mean to say it like that. You heard it here first. Underscores chops up babies. Again, some of y'all may know that. Keep it secret. Secret. Yeah. Very kind of creepy. Then we have when the big explosion happens. This is something I did a lot with the kids saying yay. This is I'm taking this like random, I'm doing the LFO thing again and putting it on the course. So instead of, right, like normal, it's hopping in between like, very scary, very creepy, whatever. I guess that's like the main percussion. Then these drums come in after the first chorus. So this is the vocoder swag, vocoder redux swag. Like if I take all this off, I think I'm still putting redux on like the, yeah, like, so that's what it sounds like without it. But what the redux does when you have it on like a super tiny bit depth or whatever is like it's gives it that sort of like, it's like decomposing like digitally or something. But let me turn this back on. So got the redux isn't really doing that much, but this is the vocoder on the entire drum group swag. Highly recommend. Depth is all the way down, so I'm not sacrificing too much of the whatever. I lost the plot. And then sounds pretty bad, but yeah, that's underneath the whole time. And then I have these like big, probably Travis Barker drums. Yeah. This is like a bunch of kicks layered. Big snare. And here are all the cymbals. So it's just like big noise. And when you layer it, like, I think I've also got contact drums here, like doing the ding, 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 ding. Or not, or it's just not gonna. Demo time out. Okay, before tomorrow, I need to get contact working. It like logged me out. Sorry about that. No contact for you. Good luck. Yeah, and then we have the percussion comes back in, the little hospital vibe. Yeah, so that's the drums. The sauce, giving it away free. Vocoder on the drums, baby. Vocoder and Redux on the entire drum group. Little OTT, little saturation. Makes it real, kind of like, it makes it like crunchy and like wet at the same time. I really fuck with that. Bass. God damn it, it's fucking contact. Ugh, I'm sorry, y'all. Do I have like a upright bass noise that I can like replace it with for right now? That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. Whatever, man. Well, these are just the notes. I'll show you the notes. So it's, we've got this like, this is the bass line. Oops. And I have this high note on top of it. Yo. So that's not the original sound. The original sound is just like an upright contact preset. But just so that you get the notes, that's what's going on in the bass. Get me out of here, please. Please undo, please. Please get out of here, please. Okay. Then we have this like super low, like for the second chorus, I have this like super low 808 coming in. And it's got vinyl distortion, and it's got like an auto pan that's doing the like, yeah, just on the ones of every like 4 bars, whatever. And then this is like a sine wave with white noise on it that I'm distorting, and then I've raised the sort of bass of it. Classic sound, classic sound. I've got this old dubstep growl from like the skin purifying treatment sample pack, which you can download for free, I think, in the Discord right now, in the official Discord. You also join the official Discord. But please don't pay for that pack, because it's bad. But yeah, we've got a little like chorus on it and an auto pan, so without it, it's just, that's what the original sound kind of sounds like. And then good luck. Yeah. Cool. That's the bass. And then the guitars. This is another one of those songs where like I didn't know music theory wise what the hell I was playing, and I had to like kind of figure it out. Usually I think I have a good grip on music theory in general and like what key I'm in and stuff. It's very rare that I'm like have to figure it out like this or whatever, but because the chords are just so weird. But I had done this on guitar first, so that's why I like had to figure it out. This is like no effects. This is like pure like DI. Yep, and then it changes for the chorus. Yeah, it's really strange chords. Like, I'm not really sure. Very chromatic. It's kind of like Bondy a little bit. Like, that's kind of like James Bond vibe, but not what I was going for, but that's kind of what it ended up being. And then sort of during the second part, like when the second verse and second chorus, I have these like chords kind of fade in on the guitar. So this hits the second the drums come in. So it's that, those 4 chords, and then the chorus, it's like... I think the chords here might be like E major, B major, E flat, E sharp major, C sharp minor, D sharp minor. I don't know. I'm not explaining it right because the way I like think of music theory is with like sharps. I'm a fucking DJ. But yeah, very strange chord progression. But that's why this is one of my favorite songs, because I have no idea how to like explain this. I think most songs I can like explain it theory-wise, but I can't really explain this one because I don't really know what's going on. And that's why this is like one of my favorites of the album songs. But yeah. And then here's the big blast. And then sort of towards the end, like after the God, so it just kind of goes down the scale. So it's like E sharp, C sharp, B, B flat, D sharp, F sharp. And I don't know what that one is. It's like F or E or something. But it just kind of goes down the scale. And so do the vocals. They kind of follow the same thing. But production-wise, I'm just using the same like guitar sims. And I'm just like drenching it the fuck out with different layers. This is just the octave up version. Kind of just there for the high end. And then here are the guitar layers. The sort of 1-note layers or whatever. So that's kind of playing the whole time over on top of the chords. And this is my favorite guitar layer. Sounds like a siren to me. This is the long since forgotten preset, so it kind of like squashes it in a certain like frequency range. And I don't know what the Lossy's doing, but it doesn't really sound too much like Lossy. So together it's like... And I liked this like I like this one so much that I kind of kept it going afterwards, like the whatever. Where are my drums? Whatever. Yeah, and then the sort of from the guitar from the first part sort of fades back in during the little harmonica bit. And speaking of harmonica, this took so long to get because the way a harmonica works is you have to like bend your mouth a certain way to get those like glides up. And you also have to like position your mouth in a certain way where it's only playing one note. So this took like ages and I had to Frankenstein it together because I don't know how to play harmonica. But it's all over the song and I think it's like, I really tried to make sure it wasn't fully audible in its entire like frequency spectrum until the end, but it's like in there from the start, like this. It's just I've got a reverb on it and it's like 100% up, so it doesn't, it's sort of, it's hard to make out like what exactly it is. But then over top, like during the breakdown, it's like in there too. Yeah. What else we got in the atmosphere? Yeah, classic. Here we go again. Every song, probably. Transpose knob again. But then I have it go back up like it's... Yeah, some computer shit. And I also have this like super saw, I think, going underneath it, like helping bring like stability to the chords. Oh my god, this sound is crazy. What the fuck did I do? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I'm gonna, like, we'll try and like reverse engineer it. Okay, so I think like the reverb filter is doing a lot here. This is like a very like dubsteppy, like once Serum dropped, everyone was making reverb filter sounds, including me. I got so sick of it, but I think it's really good to add like it's the decay when you cut it off. It sounds like you're like chopping something with a knife. You hear that? Instead of like, it's like metallic. That's doing a lot of EQ, compression, and then obviously the distortion's doing a lot too. Really making it gross. But I've got Supersaw here, and what is happening is I have this like the detune, which is like it'll stretch out how like, so that's it not detuned. That's it all the way detuned. So it's like taking these like 10 voices that you can see here and just like spreading them out like, pitch wise. So I have that mapped to this LFO, and I have the LFO. No, wait, no, I don't. I have this LFO like, no, I do. It's fucking moving. Okay, so I have the rate of this LFO mapped to another LFO that's like slower. So it's like, so it's going like it's going, the rate is changing as I play the song. I have this other layer too, where I've taken the detune thing and put it on the level. I've also put it on this like low pass filter, right? But that's only going on the first oscillator. So the second oscillator is like coming in when the like So that's like you can hear the sort of like the modulation of that, and then this one is mapped, instead of like going along with it, it's going against it. So when oscillator A is fading out because of this filter here, oscillator B is coming in to fill in the rest of the space. So you're getting a consistent tone the whole time. Then I guess I added an OTT. And then what's this doing? Hyper loop. I guess I just beefed that up a little bit, but... And then when I have it playing two notes at the same time, that's when, and then you distort it, that's when you get really weird harmonics popping out. Yeah, and then that sound, but... Cool, okay, let me go through the vocals, because I think that's it for the production of this song. As I said earlier, these are like phone vocals, because I was like in Michigan with Gabby, and I really wanted to get this song down. Like I didn't want to wait until I got back home to record the vocals like I did for the other songs. I really just wanted to get it down now. Like this one came together, it's kind of super quick because I didn't wait. So I recorded it in the rental car. The chain is pretty much the same though. It's like I've got a really tight gate on the on it. And then this smear thing is something that's native to Manipulator. That's what's doing the fix it, like actually, well, okay, first before that, let me talk about like, this is double tracked vocals. You're gonna see a lot of double tracked vocals. I don't like to do just like plain vocals a lot of the time unless I really want it to hit. So I've got them panned just a little bit. This is like a, this is something that like Elliott Smith and therefore like Phoebe Bridgers do a lot, is they double track the vocals, sing the same vocal line twice. It helps provide a little more like texture to it instead of just like feeling like you placed your vocal MP3 on top of your instrumental MP3. This manipulator thing. So before I add the smear, it sounds like that. But when I add the smear, it tries to get it into one note. So this is the same effect that you hear at the end of Good Luck Final Girl, which I'll go over in 2 days. The smear thing that's native to Infected Mushrooms Manipulator.
All the way home.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Good no. So that's just the same vocal chain, except I have a redux and a chiptune filter on it. So that's regular. And that's just single vocal, so there's no, that's not double tracked. And then during the second chorus, I have like a super reverbed, boxy, like belted version of the stuff that I'm singing. Right? But then I got this like hyper reverb on it, 100%. So it's super like, sounds like it's in like a crate or something. And it helps build it up a bit. You're also hearing like another version of what I'm singing. Like you're hearing the belted version.
The end of your line. Is it really alive? And I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm fixing.
And then we got the big vocals. I'm like, the reason that these are still iPhone vocals is because I was really proud of this like performance. My voice was like super raspy that day. Felt very like PJ Harvey vibes, or like some of those are like kind of like girl rockers and shit.
To find intervention and a gnashing of teeth.
So this is the main one, triple tracked, and it's got like a delay throw on it. Where is it? Whatever. Yeah, here's the delayed throw, so it's like coming in just on those like vital moments where I want it to be like, you know, echoing stuff. And I have the reverb fade in towards the, like, at the end.
I'm scared of
Like that rasp, like I'm never able to get that, so I like left it in. And that's the smear again. Trying to take 3 sounds and make 1 sound out of it, which I think is really cool. And then I've got these harmonies in the back.
divine intervention in the gnashing of teeth. The chain around my neck and the sign on the back of the Jeep.
Yeah, and then so that's just like a high octave and a low octave doing the same melody. I don't know if it changes for the God, like no, it doesn't. But together it's like a super nice like yeah, add that little thing at the end. Cool. That's pretty much the song. Does anyone have any questions about Duh? The smear plugin I'm using, it's called Manipulator. The individual verse layers, yeah, sure.
There's no need for concern, and I drown in my antibiotics.
So it's just 2 things playing the same melody.
Lest it get any worse.
Yeah. So there's 2 main vocal tracks, and the belted was 100% reverb. Yeah, in the second chorus, but it's the kind of reverb. It's not like it lasts very long at all. It's like a super short reverb, but it's turned all the way up, so it sounds like it's, you know, in a box. Any reason I didn't play this one in full on tour? I'm worried about. I need to practice this bridge because I just don't know if I can like reliably get that kind of rasp anymore. Like I think I can hit the notes for that, but yeah. All right, let's do. You don't even know who I am. You still use Isotope Nectar? No, so I switched to Waves Tune for this album. Let's go. This one's gonna be so easy. Got the affirmations. Actually, wait, I think I have a version for this that I wanted to play. Because this song went through so many different, like some of y'all know New World 2007. That was the first version of it. And I was like, that was in the, forget what set. I think it was either The Story of Sunny or the Winter Solstice set. But when I made it, I was like, oh, like people, like some people are really like, it's hitting for some people. So I tried to remake it like with the same sort of tempo and guitar riff, I think. So that's like this is the version that, you know, was like public or whatever. Like it sounds like that, and then I just tried to extend it. Oh, it's so bad. And then I added this whole like. Oh, it's so bad. I'm sorry. It's so bad. I like. Anyway, I like can't play the full version. It's so bad. It's like this was like the this was like one of the lowest like I felt making music, I think, in the album. I can't play the full thing. It's so bad. It's so whatever.
I know about your mother, and I know she don't treat you right. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. I know that you're anxious. Trust me. I know my way through the DSM. And you don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. Let's trade lives, let's trade lives. I'll bet you do anything to get your foot in the door. Let's trade lives, let's trade lives. 'Cause I've never done anything by myself before. Beggars can't be choosers, forgive me, it's my first time. I know you just moved here, and I know you could use a friend. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. I know that you like me. At least I know you don't hate me yet. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. But you'll find that I know my way in. I know the code to your garage.
I'm always here for you.
Yeah. Like, okay, but I was like right though, like to do the other version. Like this just felt like when I wrote it, I was like, oh my god, this is like so bad. And then I like was like, okay, maybe I'll just like ditch, like maybe I'll do it a little slower and like write a new riff for it, I think. And then when I did that and then rewrote the like and then I added the like 2 days, the worst day of my life, like that thing. It ended up being like a it ended up being I don't know, it was like the most relieving experience, I think, of writing the album, where I was just like, after trying to do this song like a trillion times, it just kind of hit when I did a whole new version of it. And it was like super stripped back too. Like I didn't do a lot. Whereas like the other one I felt like I did a lot. And there was like a lot of like layers and shit. But this one I felt was like a little bit more simple, and I think it was a little more effective, and it's slow and doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, but I really feel way better about this one. This is one of my proudest. This is one of the songs I'm proudest of, I think. But yeah. Also, I don't like. I was going like. I don't know why
Everybody has bad days. Not the end of the
I don't know why I stopped auto-tuning this and like doing the smear thing. I kind of regret not doing that, because like in the original version it was like a little way more like it kind of turned into like a sort of synth or something. But now this is like you can hear it the whole time. So I kind of regret not doing that, but here are the affirmations. These are, as some people found out, they're from DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, 4th mix, I think. And this is what you hear when you like fail a stage. And I was just going through all of the like DDR samples I had, and I was like, wow, this is like I didn't need all that when I like failed the stage, you know what I mean? Like I failed like fucking Bad Apple or whatever, and then it's like, I'm always here for you. Like it's like, what? Like that's like a crazy thing to say. So I like chopped those stuff out, and then like I decided I wanted to go through the whole song. So I just resampled this from the original project file.
Everybody has bad days. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. There's always tomorrow. You can do it. I'm ready to support.
And then throughout the song, we add the long since forgotten thing, so it's getting kind of like telephone.
Don't worry. Not the end of the world. There's always tomorrow. You can do it. I'm ready to.
And we also add this like
I know where you came from.
the skipping CD
Best friends are
preset, which I really like.
where your house is.
Oh, it comes in here. Like I think it's yeah, I think it's really good. I really like using the skipping CD preset of Digitalis. Yeah, and then it's auto panning, so it's going from left to right. It's super telephoned out. Then I have it sort of dip, I think, during these like beeps. Right? So that's pretty much the affirmations. I don't think I did too much else to it. In the original version, I auto-tuned it at one point, had that go in, and I used the manipulator smear thing. So it became sort of like it tried to turn into one note again or whatever. But yeah, those are the affirmations, and then these beeps are right. It's like the phone noise. Here's another one. And I like that this one has a little bit of like, doesn't come in for a bit, so it's like super delayed when it comes in. Right? Yeah. Let's go through the guitar. I'm not really sure I'm not really sure what key I originally played this in, but it's definitely going like, I definitely pitched it down a ton because people think it's a bass. That's the guitar part, and then it changes in the chorus and kind of does the vocal melody. Yeah. And then we got some more like pretty guitars. They're just playing these like harmonics, I think. Yeah, they're playing harmonics. Then I've reverbed them out like crazy and added some delay. Yeah. I think it sounds really pretty. What's this? Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this almost sounds like a violin or something. I turn off all these effects. Right, it's just that one note. These aren't doing anything. I don't know why those are there. I've got a really slow vibrato, so like, right? And then this hybrid reverb is really like turning it into one note, so you can't really hear the attacks of each one anymore. I mean, you kind of can, but I've got it panning from left to right. So it just kind of sounds like this one big note. Yeah. Then the harmonicas. Yup. Oh my god, these sound so bad on their own, like when I'm not screaming over them, but like yeah. But I like that they sounded bad. And it adds some like high frequency to the like to the big kind of explosion like layered part. So that's low-key just like dry harmonica, I think. Oh, it's got a little bit of reverb on it. But then this is like super reverbed out. I don't think the harmonica is redux on it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess we'll just go to the vocals because that's all we have left for this really simple song.
I know where you came from.
Got the Elliott Smith double tracking again, so 10 to the left, 10 to the right, and just singing the same melody.
Oh, who your best friends are.
Right. Get a load of this. No auto-tune until we get to the chorus, and then I hit these like falsetto notes, and I need that auto-tune real bad.
Today is the worst day of today.
The hell is this?
Worst day of my life.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Get that out of there.
Worst day of with the cards you read.
Yeah, I guess I used to have harmonies here.
Is the worst day of.
But it sounds bad, so I took it out. And I wanted it to hit a little harder. When it gets that second chorus, I wanted everything to come in, so it's literally just like double tracked, no harmonies at all, until the second chorus comes around.
Said I'm not like you.
There's also this like way I come in that I had to like I cut it off because of the beep. But it's kind of hard on its own. Let me see if I can like, cut it off.
You don't even know who I am.
Right?
You don't even.
And it's like got this like auto pan thing. I was like being like yeah. But it gets cut off because I had to put the beep in by itself. And then we get to the big vocals, big stretch. These are auto-tuned, but the rest of the harmonies I left just like untreated, I think. Because I wanted it to feel super raw and like...
Today, the best day of my life. I invited myself in and wore your clothes, took your pills, cried your makeup off, and for once I felt just like you.
Yeah, so that's no auto-tune, I'm pretty sure. And then the lead is auto-tuned a bit, though.
Today,
And together, it's like...
today is the best day of my life.
And I think the lack of auto-tune kind of puts people off on this song, but I like it. That it feels kind of raw. The there's not a lot of songs where I feel like I can turn the auto-tune off because I'm not the best singer in the world. So whenever I am, I feel like it hits. And I'm glad I was able to make a song where I could turn off the auto-tune for the majority of it. Yeah. So, anyone have any questions about You Don't Even Know Who I Am? Can I talk about the lyrics? Yeah, so the New World 2007, that song is pretty much entirely about like parasocial relationships between like someone you look up to and like a fan, and sort of realizing like some of the people I look up to, like kind of weird that I know like it's very easy to find, especially in like K-pop and shit. It's very easy to be like, okay, what's your blood type? Like, what's your MBTI? And like sometimes they do house tours, and it's like, oh, like this is where you live and shit. Like, it's really crazy how much information is like out there, and it's like easily accessible if you like know how to use the internet and shit. And the fact that it was like something that was getting some attention after Fishmonger, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I wanted to write about that initially, and then I think later in the song I just kind of ran with how creepy these things kind of sound, and just turn it into a full-on sort of like stalker thing. Like, what would you want to like as a fan, if you want to embody this person or whatever, like how far can someone go? And this is like the furthest that someone can go, essentially, when you have really crazy fans that'll like go in and like go into the house and shit. It does happen from time to time, so that was definitely the main theme of this song, I think. I've also seen people make a trans argument for this song, which I get as well. Definitely wasn't the intention. I think the only two songs that were very explicitly written about being trans are Johnny 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 and Jeez Louise. But they're like intersectional with other things. So yeah, that was sort of my headspace for the lyrics. And then I think production-wise, when it came to trying to convey the lyrics, I wanted to add like less, or I wanted to take away a lot of the elements so that it felt super up close and like kind of a little too personal. Where you're just kind of learning a lot of really kind of terrifying admissions and like confessions like from this person. I wanted it to be super stripped back and shit, so that I think it would hit a little harder. But yeah. Sub 3? Let's go, baby. Sub 3 for the first 4 tracks, let's go. I'm interested to see like what, like if anyone's recording and then compiles it, like, and cuts out all the like extra like before and afters, what the final time is. My guess is it's gonna be like 10 hours. Place your bets. Put a live split on it? I tried. It's like PC only. There's like something called Live Split 1, which is like web based, but I was like, I can't I'm not setting that up, whatever. Cool. Well, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for joining the stream. I will see whoever wants to join tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do Johnny, Shoot to Kill, Kill Your Darlings, or movie soundtrack, and Old Money Bitch. So get hyped. Thanks for coming. I can't believe there's so many of you in here. This is way more different. It's like this is way more attended than than the last streams we did like 2 years ago. So thanks for coming out. See some of y'all tomorrow. Have a nice night or morning or afternoon.